Welcome, everyone. It's that time of the week again to another episode of Inquiring Minds. I'm Hialeah Comic Bro, and as always, I'm accompanied by Conquistadork Javi. Javi, what's going on?
What's going on? Hi, Aaliyah. Happy to be here. Happy to have this amazing guest on our show today. Don't want to spoil anything, but he's an awesome member of the community. Can't wait to have him on, man.
Dude, I am excited, but you know what? I'm excited every week, and we always have awesome guests, man.
That's true. That's true.
Never know what the topic is going to be, what's going to come up, and how's it going to go. So, without further ado, here's our guest for tonight. And I hope you guys can hear it because this is awesome. You promise that I will win you.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I'm sorry. You're a much better singer than I am.
Dude, that was awesome, bro.
We just wanted to do that to get the show started. You are a much better singer, and you got much bigger than I do by a long
Dude, that was the coolest intro ever, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so awesome, man.
Oh yeah, you didn't have no idea, so we didn't let you in on it. So we just wanted to do something special. I had to address that. But everybody, here we got the boy who had 7, Matt. How you doing?
Man, I'm so good right now. I'm enjoying life, hanging out with you guys. Flattered that you just played that video. So thank you for having me.
We're gonna talk about that video, man. We're gonna hit it. But let's hit the chat first because the chat is packed.
What up, chat?
Javi, you want
to chat? Yeah, man, we got Rob Boswell. What's going on, Rob? No Good Comics. He was a guest on here last week. Comic Books NYC. What's up? What's up? 90 MFC in the chat. What's going on? Ben Compton, all the way across the pond. You know how it is. Unruly Simeon. Peace, brother. Magic Lasso is in here.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Joey 4771. I don't know why I said his full name. Joey, what's up? And Dusty Brick Brown, what's up? What's up? Kate Titus as well is in here.
awesome.
Cardstock variant is in here. Thank you, everybody, for rolling in.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If I missed anybody, I am so sorry, but we're getting started. Thank you all for joining us. And dude,
look at NYC's comment. Yo, 7, you should have worn a Robert Smith wig for that.
yes.
I should have, man.
His hair is all crazy.
You know what? I actually have a wig. I think you guys have probably seen it before. And we did a recording with it on. And it was fun. And then I'm like, all right, let's do another one without it. And then the kids chose the one without it because my daughter messed up in the other one. So she's like, no, I don't want that one. Let's go.
Yeah. So, you were rocking when you had the wig on. You were rocking too hard. That's what it was.
That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, you were pretty serious when he didn't have the wig on, dude. You were pretty serious in that video. But it
was man. Try to smolder just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I got one question for you, and then we're gonna let this go wherever it goes. But how do you juggle it? How do you juggle it, man? I am so impressed, and I just want to hear how you do it because you own your own business, right? Am I correct?
Right. Yeah.
Your wife, 7 kids, YouTube, soccer, other activities, music. How do you how many hours of sleep do you get, man?
Man, I'll tell you what, sometimes it's real little, man. I mean, there's those nights where we talk into the morning with the kids, you know, and someone's going through something. Somebody needs to talk about something. But I think the way that I do it is 2 things, man. Number one is I have the greatest wife on the planet, man. She is my high school sweetheart, fell in love when we were just teenagers, man. You know, we're together all through high school, got married 2 days after. And I mean, we just love each other, man. And we make it work. And then the second thing is our focus. Our focus is always God and family, man. And so, like, we just stick all our effort into those 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine I could do a lot better on YouTube and be flying up in numbers if I put some more focus into it. But I ain't got the time for that, man.
You're not doing too shabby, though, man. You're, I think, at 1,500 or something like that. Or you past
1750 right now.
Wow, awesome, man. That's impressive.
God, can you imagine if you had the time? How old are your kids?
Okay, so my oldest is 18 and my youngest is 9. So they're all right in between there, man. Yeah.
Dude, and those are some tough years.
Yeah, we
18 years and the hormones and problems, boy problems, school problems.
You know, I'll tell you this. My oldest 2 are the biggest helpers and the most focused kids like I've ever met, man.
Nice.
I mean, they're just the best kids ever. And of course, all my kids are amazing.
Right.
But they're different. My son, Tim, which you guys have seen him on doing a couple unboxings and stuff. The dude's loco like I am, okay? So he just turned 15 in July this month. And he just hit him and his brother right under him. They scare the heck out of me, man.
They're your problem childs?
You know, I wasn't, dude, but I live off of my emotions, and I'm wild. So I've never been vindictive. I've never been ugly. I've never done things to be bad, but I never think before I do things, man. I've always been crazy and wild and just jump into whatever and try it, you know?
Yeah.
And he's my two boys, my 3rd and 4th, they're just like that, man. They don't think, they're crazy. I've told my kids before, like, stories about me ringing and running or blowing things up or shooting fireworks in the middle of the night when I'm a kid, right? Just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then a week or 2 later, he comes back. He's like, Dad, we ring and run and we did exactly what you said in your story. And I'm like, no, what have I done? You know?
Are they the ones that are breaking you in? Because there's always the one that breaks you in, and then the other ones, you know, have it pretty easy. Are they the ones that you think are going to be that?
They may be, man. Like, so we've been through some crazy stuff, man. Like my kids have had some crazy stuff happen, and we've had hospital visits, and we've had emotional issues and all kinds of stuff, you know. But luckily, thank God, like, we've gotten through all of it. I think my oldest is the one that really broke me in, because we found out we were pregnant senior year of high school.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, I think we had about 4 months till we graduated, and we're like, oh crap, you know. And I don't know how much you guys know about Mormons, but being a Mormon, I'm supposed to graduate high school, go on a mission, like the guys, right? 2-year mission, right? So I had all this stuff, you know, planned out, and then all of a sudden, all that changed.
Yeah.
So, being an 18-year-old kid, getting married, as soon as we got married 2 days later, my wife and I packed up a U-Haul, and I had saved up money. I'd been working since I was 16. My first job was Hollywood Video. And I worked. And so I had tons of money saved up so I could pay for my own mission, about 10 grand. This is back like 1999, 2000. So I had money. We jumped in a U-Haul. We took off. And as an 18-year-old, I was trying to live in a different city, go to college, and provide for my wife and son. And that was just like, that was breaking in, man. Having to become an adult
instantly,
like, days after you graduate high school. You know what I mean? Becoming a dad a couple months after you graduate high school, becoming a husband 2 days after you graduate high school. Like, that broke me in, man. It was wild. Like we moved up to Utah so I could go to Brigham Young University.
Mhm.
And while we were up there, I ended up having to work 4 jobs just to, make ends meet, put money in the bank and food on the table. And it was really hard, man. My wife was super young. She was only 17. She graduated a year early. She was working too until our first one was born, And so like, it was just a lot of growing up super quick.
You look back on that, and do you ever ask yourself, man, how do we do that? How did we make it through that?
You know what, man? I look back on it with a lot of fondness because every year that I am married to my wife, I fall in love with her even more. And I think back about being this little 18-year-old kid and like working 4 jobs just to provide for my family and like being alone up there. Whoo, gets me emotional, man. And it just, I look at it like, man, that we started well and I did everything I could to prove to you that I loved you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to prove to my son. And so, man, it was tough too, because I mean, literally you just go from being a kid in high school, like all crazy. And then the next minute you're like, I'm a man.
I'm a father, man. I'm a man. I'm a father. Did you guys go through those, through that period where you're young parents and you see everybody your age doing this and doing that? Did you guys go through those turbulations? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We saw it, man. But I'll be honest with you. The minute I saw her, I was 16. She was 14. I kid you not. I saw her and I was like,
you were done.
I was smitten, man. Like I felt like the heavens. My kids were all 7 were like, there she is, Dad. I kid you not. And it's crazy because I was holding my other girlfriend's hand walking through the hall.
No, you weren't, bro.
Yeah, man. She passed us and I stopped and I like my jaw dropped.
No.
I kid you not. I felt it, man. I was like, holy crap, there's my wife. Like, this is insane. And I turn over and look at this girl and she's got tears in her eyes. Like, I did not just witness you holding my hand, like looking at this other girl. And I wasn't that kind of guy. I would never hurt a girl like that, ever. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
You got hit like a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thunderbolt for sure, unruly. Ooh. And I broke up with that girl, found out who she was, and I'm like, all right. And I just knew it, man. And so like when we got married, like all the friends were out partying, doing their thing. Yeah. And I didn't care, man. I had Isabel, so I was like, I'm got the #1 prize in the world, man.
Dude, and then, amazing.
Yeah, we did. She's right here listening to everything. But like, and then having my son be born, like those of you guys that have had children, that moment, like when you see your child for the first time, you hold them, you're just like nothing compares to it. And after that, I was just like, all right, dude, let me show you Dragon Ball. Let me show you Star Wars. Let me show you Spider-Man. Let me show you Batman. You know what I mean? I was so stoked to show him. And then all of a sudden, not even a year later, my daughter was born.
Oh, wow.
And then a year and a half later, my next son was born. And then it just kept coming and coming. And so we were always just focused on them and just enjoying the heck out of them and loving them, man. So
I think there's no time to not.
That's right. She said there's no time. There's just no time to not be focused and to not worry about what everybody else was doing,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You had no free time. It was just, you had to be in the moment. You had to do what you had to do.
Because you were going to school full time.
That's true too. I was working full time. We moved back from Utah a year and a half after we were there. Wow. So I went to school for like a day or two, like literally. And I had a job where I was I first started off as a telemarketer for a loan company. And I did so well telemarketing, they moved me up to a loan officer.
Oh, wow.
So this is me as a little 18-year-old kid. Like I was doing really well. And then my first check came in and I made like 11 grand. Okay. And this is like 2002. So 11 grand, 18-year-old kid. I'm like, I'm set for life. I'm just going to do this. When I bought a TV, you know what I mean? Like stupid, man. I spent that money so dumb. But anyway, I got all this money and then all of a sudden the market crashed.
Yeah.
And my next paycheck was like $40.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, maybe I should have stayed in school, So we found out we were pregnant with baby number 2. We're like, hey, let's go home. You know, we've kind of been here for a year and a half. We've established. We were so young. We kind of both said we need to get out of here, so both of our parents don't like hover over us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we love our parents. So I mean, nothing at all wrong with them. But being so young, both of our parents are always like, do this, do this, do this, do this. You know, and we're like, babe, let's get out of here. Let's just go, figure each other out, figure our relationship out, and then we'll come back later.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Because they must have been. You're going where? No, right? I would think, right?
Yeah, man.
The opposite, you know, your kids.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they both had really good intentions, but we come from two different families with two different point of views, and we were always getting something from both of them, and they kept trying to, you know, we're parents, right? So now that I'm a dad, I realize the day you became a dad, you didn't get handed by God a how-to book, right? It doesn't happen. You figure life out, right? But when you're a kid, you think your parents know everything, and you think they're perfect, and you think they don't make mistakes, right? And so, so we love them, and we're grateful for everything they are trying to do. But it was really healthy for us and really good. They were just took off, and it helped us become really close. Like even though we were so in love and everything, we just had to rely on each other, and that was it.
How old were you when she first got pregnant?
17? She was 17. She was a junior, and she actually graduated early that year. She doubled up on all her classes, got it all done, and graduated. And I was 18, and then I turned 19, and then our son was born.
And how old is he now?
He's 18 now. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. He's 17, gonna be 18 this year.
Do you guys ever look at him now and think that was me? That was us?
Oh, all the time.
Because they go to the same high school.
They go to the same high school we went to, man.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So like I grew up singing. I did the whole choir thing. I did football thing. I just loved my high school experience. So I have pictures all over the school and stuff. And like I made state in certain things. And so my picture's up there. And so my kids will come home and be like, Dad, check it out. We've got a picture of you, man, and everything. But it's crazy because we'll go to teacher conferences or we'll go to games. And I remember, you know, my daughter's a varsity soccer player. And I remember playing on that same field and scoring touchdowns there, you know. And so we see her there. So I think like 3 years ago, when our kids turned like 14 and 16, we're like, man, we were this age when we met.
Shit.
You know, it freaked me out, man. Like I said earlier, our two oldest are just like neither of them have had a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, they have several people that like them and stuff, whatever, but they're like, nah, we don't care about that. My oldest loves theater. He loves violin. He loves piano, you know, like he's really focused in the arts. And then I asked him, hey, do sports though, because it'll keep you healthy. So he goes and runs cross country, you know. And then my daughter, she's all soccer, man. She's been playing soccer for a long time. She loves it. She made the varsity team as a sophomore. Like she enjoys it. And she's just focused on that. And so like when people act dumb around them or stuff, they both like look at me and be like, these jokers, you know, they're like they're different, you know. But like I said, the ones under them, whew.
Because we're like, why don't you go and do this?
I know. Go be wild, be crazy. They're like, no, we're good saints, you know, like. So I'm okay, but like she's not around here, but our two youngest are girls. Oh man, they're a totally different. I'm gonna have to have like 15 shotguns. That girl, like my 9-year-old. No, yeah, 9. She's gonna be 10. So my 9-year-old. Oh man, she's boy crazy already.
Oh boy.
I walked in the other day and she's like, "Oh, Dad, Evan," and I'm like, "I will kill that child."
What's his address?
Awesome. Dude, isn't it crazy how they're all different? Because I got 3 of my own, and then I got two step bonus kids, and they're all different, man. I could imagine having 7. It's got to be crazy. They all got their personalities. Is it the same way with you?
Yeah, man. I mean, every single one completely different.
Can't even punish them the same.
Yeah, that's right. We can't even punish them the same way. Like if we spank like 3 of my kids, they'll look at me and laugh. Like, did you really just try to spank me? You know what I mean? Like they'll laugh. If I spank some of my other kids, they'll like scream in terror, like if I'm beating them to death, you know? And I'm tapping them with my hand and like,
Dude, that's me. My kids too, bro. My oldest son, bro, I beat his ass when he was a kid, bro. He would just keep on doing it. My other kid, I would just go like this, like go like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's how it is, man. So I mean, even just that, we have to figure out like, okay, this one is going to lose privileges. This one's going to lose their phone. They lose their phone, they will be the best person that you've ever seen. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, kind of touching up on that.
What up, Robbie?
They're all sort of growing up in different generations. Like right now, you mentioned your youngest daughter is like boy crazy, but it's like we live in social media world and glued to our phones and stuff like that. Whereas the older one, a couple like 10 years ago, it was different. People were going outside more and things like that.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. And I love social media. I love technology, man. It's made us be able to have this conversation, right? And meet new people and make friendships. But dang, man, sometimes I'm just like, let's just shut everything off and go camping. Or today there is no phones allowed in the house. We're going to go out and play soccer as a family. We're just going to talk and play a board game. And we don't do that enough, man, because sometimes we'll look up and we're like, everybody in the house is on their game,
Yeah.
So the other day, not the other day, but probably like a month ago, my kids are like, Dad, you want to get COD Mobile and play with us? And I have a problem, man. I have such an addictive personality that I gave up video games because I would just play them. And I'm like, I can't, I got stuff I need to do. So I'm like, no, guys, I don't want to. But then they're like, no, Dad, come on. So now we like COD Mobile it together. I got my whole little crew of 5 of us, and 2 kids are sitting out waiting to get in.
Hey, what's your
there you go, baby. Yeah, baby. I'll have to hook it up with you.
You can tell I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about, right?
He's like, God, what? You got fishing? Oh my gosh. No, but so like we're finding stuff to do where we can do together. Yeah. And some of our rules, we have rules like if we go out to a restaurant and eat, you can't even bring your phone out. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna talk, we're gonna enjoy each other's company, stuff like that. Awesome, that's awesome. And one of the cool things that keeps us close as a family is not only are we like supporting each other and everything, because we're at soccer practice, football game, soccer game, track, guitar, cross country, like we're on all these places. So we make all the kids go and support each other, right? But we also always have dinner together, and we always read from the scriptures together, man. Something that's part of us as a family. We've read out of the Book of Mormon, the Bible, every day for like the last 14 years, man. We've probably missed like 1 or 2 days a year.
Wow.
Just constantly do it, and we constantly sit down and eat dinner together and have discussions about life and stuff. And so that has really been life-changing for us because we didn't do that at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we've been married 18 years now. Mm-hmm. So about 14 years now we've been doing it, and man, it's cool. It keeps my kids level-headed.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff going on in the world, and they have perspective. So it's cool. That's really cool.
That's awesome. Hey, bearded comic bro, he put up a comment. He was like, "Hey Matt, when you get in trouble, do you lose a slab?"
Yes, exactly what I lose. The wife cuts off my funds, man. What up, Robbie? I love that, man. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, dude, the message. It's from East of West, man. We're reading East of West. It's hilarious.
The message before dinner.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, were your parents Mormon? Did you grow up Mormon?
Yeah, I saw that, Joe. Sorry I didn't get to it, man. We're just flowing. But yeah, man. So no, both. My mom was born in Costa Rica.
Okay. Oh, wow, nice.
And,
I used to live there a little bit.
No way, dude.
Yeah, I was super young, but I did live there for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have not been over there, and I have tons of family. I need to go.
You've never been there? I went last year.
How was it?
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
Oh my God. Sister, we stayed on the beach, and they had the black beaches.
Yep.
Oh my dude, gorgeous, bro.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
My little sister and her husband just went last year, right? maybe 2 years ago now, and man, they had so much fun, and it's so beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
And like I want to go. It's just with 7 kids, man. It's I kind of told my wife, and we haven't even been on a honeymoon yet. Okay, I kind of told her, like, when we have kids, we're gonna make sure that it's all about them. And then when they move out, you and I are gonna go travel the town world.
You're gonna be too tired. You're gonna be too tired.
So, like, when I have to take the 9 of us to Disneyland, which we've done 4 or 5 times now, it is expensive and it's an undertaking, And so we'd love to go to Costa Rica, but I'm kind of like, I'll wait till the kids are out, or they're even, and like, I would love to take them, but it's so dangerous to take little kids to another country. And so I can't do it. It freaks me out, man. It's like, if you're old enough and something happened and you can get home, I'm cool with it. But right now, when you're tiny and something could happen, no,
Something just occurred to me. What do you guys drive? Do you go in 2 cars, 2 vans, 2 what?
We have a 15-passenger van, man.
Wow.
Yeah, big old church van. That's what the kids call it.
Okay, what's the most car seats you had at one time?
Oh.
Actually, they were all in car seats at one point.
So we had booster seats at one point with older kids, and then
like the convertible, and then like the infant.
Probably like 2 infant. Yeah, I mean, we've had 7 at one time, but the kids were older, but they were in those booster seats because they were still small,
Yeah.
Dude, just getting into the car must have been oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've had some. I've had years where I had babies on arms and holding in
9 years, I had 7 kids.
Yeah, we had 7 kids in 9 years.
God.
So just think about that, man.
Bro, my first 2 are 2 years apart, and because we wanted to get them out of the way fast, and I can't even. God bless you guys, bro. That's crazy. Cool.
Anyway, oh man, but back to Joe's question, right? Because he asked, about my parents.
Yeah.
Costa Rica. Mom was born in Costa Rica, and then my aunt is severely handicapped, and it's her older sister, and her mom was also handicapped. My mom's mom. So my mom's aunt raised her, and there's this huge volcano in Costa Rica that started to explode and erupt and give off smoke. And the smoke started making my aunt lose all of her hair and get like a really bad rash.
Wow.
And then when it finally erupted, the lava was pouring over part of the town and stuff. So the United States said, and this was probably 1965, 66, the United States said, hey, you guys can come over here to the States. We'll give you the opportunity to come here and move here and just make sure you become citizens at some point. And they gave them like a certain amount of time to do it. So my mom's entire family, they sold everything they had. They sold their home, they sold their furniture, they sold everything, and they all had just a suitcase. And they did all the paperwork, and they got on a plane and they flew here to the United States and landed here in El Paso because they had an aunt that already lived here.
Oh, wow.
And they got here and they were, my mom was 8 or 9. And so they got into their new house, and these sister missionaries knocked on their door like a week later. And my grandpa was like, yeah, come on in, teach us. So the missionaries went in, taught the whole family, and everybody was baptized. Oh. And then my mom in middle school met my dad, who was a staunch Catholic, and he was raised Catholic, and my grandparents are still Catholic. And when he met my mom, he's like, your religion sucks. He'd always tell her stuff, and everything. And so finally, like, they fell in love, everything through high school. My mom was finally like, hey, are you going to marry me or what? And my dad's like, yeah, let's get married. But she's like, I can't marry you unless I marry you in a temple. And I can't marry you in a temple unless, I don't know if you guys know this, but we get married in temples, and we get married for time and eternity, not till death do us part. So we're like together forever, So my mom's like, I can't marry you unless you're Mormon, man. And my dad's like, all right, well, I'm not going to change. So my mom took off, and then my dad's like, wait, I made a mistake. And so he like went after her to college. She got a full ride scholarship to Yale and BYU as well.
Wow.
She was valedictorian in her class.
Wow.
And so I don't want to cut you off, but was the family Spanish speaking when you guys moved to El Paso?
So yeah, like my mom had to learn English in school.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so like they just knew Spanish from Costa Rica, and when they came here, they had to learn English and stuff, man.
Wow.
And so valedictorian. Wow.
Yeah, she came out of valedictorian.
Impressive,
She's a
man.
beast, man. So my dad went up to BYU to go get her, and he told her, yeah, I'll convert and everything. And then both my older sisters, I have 5 sisters, both my older sisters were baptized Catholic. And then finally, like he had some pretty cool experiences, man, and pretty spiritual. And then he ended up getting baptized, and I was born 6 months later. And I was pretty much raised as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's pretty cool. And then my wife was born and kind of raised Catholic, but they really didn't go to church often.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's crazy. We have a really cool story, man. But I don't know if you want me to get into all that.
Your show, dude. You can talk if you want to. You can share anything. We're listening.
So pretty cool story. After I saw her, I was like smitten, like I said earlier. And then it took us, we started doing the whole walk her down to class thing. And you guys remember that, right? High school.
Yeah, dude, I totally remember that. Carrying the books, taking her to class, and then hauling ass to your own class.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Before you get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So this is 1999. We were supposed to go to a volleyball game, and I asked her to be my girlfriend. And she was like, yeah, let's do this. So we went outside and we started like talking about life and stuff, you know, and we had one of the most real conversations ever, man. Like she was very angry because a lot of really bad stuff had happened to her that I don't want to get into, but she had some moments in her life where she didn't really know if she wanted to be around anymore. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
And I could just tell like she was really sad and like had a lot of darkness in her, you know, and not because she was that way, but because she was angry about certain things. So we went outside and we just started talking, and I just told her like, hey, look, God's real and he loves you. You're his daughter. He knows you, and all the stuff that you've gone through, he's wept for the things that you've gone through, you know, and like he just wants you to be happy. And she just broke down crying that day. You know, we're like little 16, 14-year-olds. And sorry.
You're good, dude.
And I just started sharing the things that I loved and knew in my heart to be real and true, you know. And she just totally changed, man. She stopped doing a lot of things that she was doing to stop her depression, you know, things that are unhealthy. And she started changing, and this light and this happiness just came in her, you know, and we just fell in love even deeper.
Yeah.
And so I remember people at church would always call her a dry Mormon because her mom's like, there's no way you're getting married. Mormons can have more than one wife. And all this crazy stuff, right? It's which is not true. But yeah, she's like, I would have never done that.
I love it. You're telling your story, and she's like fact checking everything.
That's right.
This is great.
But you know what? Like, we just totally, man.
Totally. I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, man. Totally agree with that.
But man, we just had the coolest experiences, man. And I will tell you, we focused on each other, and we focused on, because a lot of people, and you guys know this, they get pregnant in high school, get pregnant really young. A lot of those people don't last.
I was gonna bring that up, man. They don't stay together, let alone have 7 more kids.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a few friends that got pregnant in high school, and they're, you know, and they're not doing what we're doing, you know, and I still love them, and I'm there for them, and they're great people, but it just didn't work out, you know. But like, man, we like I said, we just focus on each other. Like I don't love anything on this planet as much as I love her.
Yeah.
You know, and and our kids are included in that, and we're one little.
Yeah, you're a village. You're a little town.
Yeah.
You're a little tribe. You're a tribe.
We're a basketball team. So, man, it's funny because I used to I love sports. I mean, I played sports all through high school and stuff, and I love them, man. And my way to just unwind and stuff, and you know, like I'm not drink. I've never drank before in my life, right? I've never tasted, obviously, because of my religion.
Right.
I don't like to go party, like I said earlier. Like, I'm focused on my family, so like a lot of times I'm like, what am I gonna do? Sports, man. So I'd always on the weekends go find people to play sports with, like, you know, and go to the rec center or call guys up from church or from work or old high school buddies. Let's go play. Let's do some football or basketball or soccer, you know. Now I'm just like, kids, let's go to the park. You know, a whole game to ourselves, you know what I'm saying?
You call nobody, bro. You're good.
Yeah.
We'll show up and we'll be like at the local high school playing some soccer. And then people are like, man, are you a coach? Like my kids would like to, you know, all these great kids.
No, I don't need no more.
That's right, man.
These are all mine.
Oh man, the funniest part is we've been like she's been picking up the kids from school, or I have, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll be in our big old white van, and then these strangers, kids just start jumping in the van thinking we're the daycare. And we're like, whoa, guys, we're not the daycare, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, mister.
Are you serious? No, dude.
How many times did that happen to us?
You should tell him when I was picking up the kids, and then one of the moms was like, oh, what daycare is that?
Oh, yeah.
TVs inside the van.
Yeah, so we have 2 TVs in the van and stuff. So when we go to the van, like the kids have stuff to do or whatever. And this mom comes up to her, she's like, oh, what daycare are your kids in? Like, or no, what daycare are you? Like, this is really cool. And my wife's like, these are actually my kids, you know.
You're the Wawita. I don't know. Do you know what the Wawita is? The little private vans that take kids to school. The Wawita. All you gotta just put a phone number on the next one.
That's right, man. Wawita. Oh shoot! Hey, sending our prayers to you, werewolf.
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't see it.
Hope everything's okay, man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Wow. Wishing you the best, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch it up a little bit.
Do it.
Me and you share something, and that is our love of like goth and new wave and all that stuff.
Yes,
80s synth or whatever you want to call it.
That's right. That's right.
Dude, you're a humongous Cure fan. I was more Depeche Mode. I
love Depeche Mode too.
Man. I love them all. Exactly, right?
The wife just handed me my hair.
There you go. There you go.
We'll put it on. We'll
edit this video, man. There you go. We're talking music. Put on the wig.
That's right.
Hey, I actually met probably 2 or 3 years ago because I lived down in Miami. The original drummer of The Cure
really
came by to a record store because he had a biography that was coming out. You know, during his time with The Cure and stuff like that, and he was like the original drummer for Boys Don't Cry and things like that. Yep. And he signed the book and everything, and it was like a awesome, like, to meet him. It was really cool.
Awesome. I would have loved to meet Lowell, man. That's
so cool. Just for that, Javi, did you go just to meet him, or you were just there by accident?
No, I went by myself. I drove down to Miami and was able to meet him at this record store. It was really awesome.
Wow.
And he was doing a DJ. I guess he DJs now because, you know, you follow music throughout your whole life. So he's doing a DJ set. It was really cool.
Man, you're so lucky, dude. I've been to 5 Cure concerts. Wow, and I have tried so hard to get there early and to get there and stay like until the bus leaves to try to get a signature or meet him, and it's never happened, man. So hopefully one of these days. But that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite album?
Wish. Wish is my favorite album, man. And then I'd have to go Head on the Door and Disintegration.
Disintegration's probably mine.
Yeah, like Wish. Say it again. Sorry.
Kiss Me.
Oh, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me is great. I will tell you this, man. Like every Cure album is like my favorite.
Yeah.
And then you got the Smiths and Morrissey and Depeche Mode. Those are like, that's what makes up probably 95% of what I listen to on a weekly basis, man. Like,
you like the Smiths? You like Morrissey?
oh, man, I love the Smiths. I've seen Morrissey in concert 4 times. I've seen Depeche Mode in concert twice. Like, I love those 3 bands are just my ultimate favorite, man.
You've seen Morrissey by himself or with the Smiths?
No, just by himself because they broke up when I was
Yeah.
1-year-old.
Yeah, they broke up a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
Did he start off I went to Morrissey once,
Mm-hmm.
and I was super freaking excited, bro. And small place, small venue. Yeah. And he starts off the concert with How Soon Is Now. And I was like, that's it? Are you serious? You're starting the concert with
You started with that one?
Really? Oh my God, you build up to that. You don't it's like he wanted to just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's just okay, now we could get into the concert. I gave you what you wanted. Now let's hear the rest of it. And it was amazing, dude. I love his solo stuff. Your Arsenal, I believe.
Yeah, Your Arsenal.
Oh, that album is insane, dude. Depeche Mode. Who else? Susie. Somebody mentioned Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah, 60 Sue. U2, New Order.
New Order.
Shop Boys, Erasure.
Joy Division.
Joy Division. Yeah, man. Like that's me right there, man. All that.
Everything came from Joy Division, right? It seems.
Yeah. I mean, Joy Division kind of.
They have a crazy story, man. It's really, really cool if you follow I don't know if they have a documentary or anything like that, but if you follow their story, it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know. I love it.
Dude, who comes up with that?
Dude, Morrissey does.
Who comes up with that, dude?
So you grew up, you know, following religion and all this stuff. What got you into this music? Because this is it's like depressing music, I guess you would call it. Was that just an outlet for you?
You know what? So, okay, cool story. I love stories, man.
That's a great
So my sister, who is 2 years older than me, was dating some dude that was like 5 years older than her. And they had this crazy relationship and caused all kinds of drama back in the day, right? And so one day she comes into my room, and I'm probably like 9 years old. And she's like, I hate this dude, and I don't want any of his stuff. And she throws all his old CDs on my bed.
No way.
So no, I'm not 9. I wasn't 9. Then she'd be 11. That would be totally wrong. So I was probably like 11 or 12, and she was probably like 14 or 15, right?
Yeah.
So she throws all this stuff on my bed. And in it was Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me by The Cure, Boys Don't Cry by The Cure, Smith's album, which I don't remember off the top of my head, and a couple other ones. So I got Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, went through it. I'm like, oh, that song sucks. Oh, that song sucks. Oh, that song sucks. And then I hear Just Like Heaven. I'm like, oh, like, man, this is awesome. So seriously, I did the same thing with Boys Don't Cry. I think I listened to Just Like Heaven, Boys Don't Cry, and 10:15 Saturday Night for like 3 years. Those are the only songs I'd ever listened to on those albums, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to Hollywood Video when I'm 16. I literally, the day I turned on my birthday, I went there, got a job before I walked out, went into training a few weeks later, and then started like 2 weeks after I turned 16. Yeah. And one night while we're putting away all the VHS tapes back in the day, right? And the manager pulls out a VHS tape of The Cure and puts it on. And all of a sudden I hear Why Can't I Be You? And I'm like, I know that song. I've heard that before. Wait, that's on my what? So I started listening to it while I'm putting everything away, and holy crud, I just fell in love with it, man. And so, I mean, from the time I got those CDs from my sisters were also, 3 years older than me, 4 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So I'm hearing the Smiths, I'm hearing Depeche Mode, I'm hearing, what else would they listen to? Bush and Garbage and No Doubt, right? I'm hearing all this kind of music. So it's always like in our house playing. But as soon as I, started listening to The Cure that day at Hollywood Video, I was like, okay, I'm going to start checking this band out.
Yeah.
So I started going CD by CD with my paychecks, and I'd buy one album, and then I'd put it on and I'd listen to it while I was doing my chores, while I was doing homework, while I was sitting in my room. And man, I just started falling in love with that band so hardcore. Yeah, Dinosaur Jr. for sure, man. I just started falling in love with The Cure, and then the natural progression for me was to go to Morrissey and Depeche Mode because it was just in my house all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I remember being young tw, and like kind of hearing the songs, and they said F word, and like I didn't use foul language, right? So I was like, oh. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
Can you imagine if you would have found gangster rap first?
Oh, I know. Okay, you know, so in some of my crazy years, I got into DMX pretty hardcore.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood album, and yeah, man, I cannot believe I used to rap those songs when my sisters were listening. My mom comes into my room one day. I'm like, I'll split your wig with my machete. And she's like, what? Yeah, that CD got broken in half.
I had a similar instance with a System of a Down.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys. You know what? What you said about that one song that just did it for you. That's the same thing that happened with we have a lot of the same stuff going on. For me, I had heard Depeche Mode and all these songs, but so I remember I walked into a record store and I heard they had Bizarre Love Triangle on.
Oh man, heck yeah, dude.
And I was like, I remember I had to go ask the guy, what is that?
Yeah.
And that was it. I was never the same after that day at that record shop hearing Bizarre Love Triangle.
Dude, New Order, man. I mean, New Order comes from Joy Division.
Exactly. And then I started to, it was the roots started spreading everywhere. And oh my God.
Have you heard of Anything Box?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard of Anything Box?
Don't think so.
Living in Oblivion?
Don't think so.
I am so afraid I'm living in oblivion. No?
That sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up with a song afterwards. But man, like some of the members were from El Paso. No, they had like a one hit. No, they had like 3 good albums, man. So it's the same thing.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I've heard so many songs that I've forgotten. I don't remember. Dinosaur Jr. Oh wow.
Woo. Yeah, it gets hot, right?
Did you ever get into the golf and wearing the black and all that stuff?
You know what, man? I'll tell you this. I wish I had pictures to show right now, but my dad would not let me do my hair like Robert Smith, which I wanted to so bad. Man.
Really?
My dad was like, "No, you need to look clean cut, right?" So I started growing it out like Morrissey. And my junior year, I had like Morrissey hair, man, like crazy. Yeah, and I'd wear my tight jeans rolled up with my Chucks and a different Cure or Morrissey shirt. I spent so much money on the wife and on the Cure during all the years I was working in high school. I think at one point I had something like 55 Cure shirts from different albums and different concerts and stuff. I mean, my kid the other day was wearing a Cure shirt that I let them all choose. I'm like, hey guys, you can pick one from, that they don't fit me anymore. I'm too big.
Yeah.
So my son picked a top shirt, and the top came out in 1984. And I was looking on eBay the other day on it, and it was going for like $400-$500 the shirt. And it's like so rare and so old. And he's all spilling pizza on it and stuff. Oh, dude. So I mean, yeah.
You didn't slab it? You didn't think of slabbing it?
I know, right? Put it up. But I've got a couple, man, from the 80s that I bought them on eBay in the 90s. Like when eBay first started, man, I jumped on it, and I was looking for Cure stuff all the time in high school. And I found a couple shirts from like 85, the head on the door that glow in the dark and stuff. Oh, and you get online, man, and if you had them in the condition I do, they're $600-$700, man. Like people are looking for them, and you'll find them for $200 all ripped up and like holes in them, and people will still buy them. And mine is like never been worn before, man. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Is your wife into this is it into that music? Or
okay, so I love this girl so much. Like one day we're in the car, I'm like, let's go somewhere, right? And I pop in New Order, the song you were talking about, right. And she starts singing along with me, man. And I'm like, damn, I like you even more. Yeah. So she's got a sister that's 10 years older than her.
Okay.
So her sister's 45 now, and she just my wife just grew up listening to everything her big sister would listen to. You know what I mean? Taking her to concerts.
Wow.
She'd go to clubs when she was like 12, 13, 14. And her sisters like knew everybody. They're like, all right, she can come in, and they'd be like watching these bands and stuff, you know. And so yeah, she loves all the music I love, man. But I will say this: she'll every once in a while when I overplay The Cure, she's like, if you play one more Cure song, I'm gonna kill you, man.
Dude, that sounds like my house, bros.
Yeah.
Not again. Come on, I heard you freaking time.
Man, and I'll go through these moods where like I just want to hear all the Cure, so I'll start like listening to every album, man, and just like, oh, I just love it. And then I kind of burn out.
Yeah,
I know. She's like, it's like straight, constant, right?
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, okay, now I feel like listening to the Smiths, or now I feel like listening to Depeche Mode. And so like, I mean, I'll kind of dig into different things. Like I also love Oasis. I love some newer stuff that I love is Bastille and Coldplay. You know, there's some good stuff now.
there is.
You know?
There
But
is.
like, man, my heart is in those synth pop stuff, man. Like that's where it's all at.
Dude, I love it. It doesn't sound old to me at all.
No.
It just sounds as good as the day it came out, man.
Oh yeah.
I love the time I grew up. I can't, it was the best.
It's crazy because I love The Cure. Like,
dude,
it's still hitting this like all general, you know, like
all the
even
topics
today.
that he did, man. That teenage angst and those problems and everybody's God.
Some of the Smith songs, man. Morrissey is an insanely epic writer. Some of the stuff that he writes about teenage angst is like for real. Like There Is a Light That Never Goes Out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll play that song on the guitar and like cry, man. Just like cry thinking about like this kid that feels so alienated from his family because of things he's going through that he feels like he can't go home anymore. And he'd rather just go out. And even if he dies driving with somebody that loves him, he's happy.
Yeah.
And you think about that and you're like, wow, oh my gosh, like your heart just breaks, you know? You're like, you know, I mean, come on, man. Like,
is that the Morrissey song that goes, I don't know the words exactly. I can't, but it's let me.
Yeah, please.
Get what I want this time. Bro, if that doesn't make
yeah.
Lord, yeah. Oh,
it would be the first time. Goosebumps.
Hey man, I love music hits you in a certain place, man, for sure.
Every single time you hear that, it's like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. Hey, wait up, Biggie, you're late, baby. We go back to the start of the show. And you will know what you will see it. You will see it at the beginning of the show, Biggie. You missed out.
Kachung mentioned some cool bands. My dad,
Pink Floyd,
huge Led Zeppelin fan, man.
Oh yeah,
he loved Zeppelin. He loved Queen. He loved Chicago.
Yeah,
he loved Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that like was
my God,
generation, man.
Dude,
my dad,
Nash.
Yeah, man. My dad sings just like Peter Cetera.
Oh my God, yeah.
The voice is like the same, man. But yeah, Led Zeppelin. Whew. My daughter, man, she's good at guitar, man. She blows me out of the water. I tell you what, like I taught myself how to play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
My junior year, I bought a guitar, started teaching myself how to play, and I've never really gone anywhere because I didn't get much good training and.
Right.
I had a lot of kids, and so I haven't had time to dedicate to it, right?
It's understandable, bro.
But man, like there's some songs that, you know, it'll take me a good month to like figure out everything, and I finally get it and I play it and it sounds great, right? So one day I'm playing this song, it took me forever to get, and then I put my guitar down, come into this other room to do some YouTube stuff, and all of a sudden I hear the song playing in the other room, and I'm like, what? So
That's
I go
not
in.
me.
I know, I'm like, what's happening? My daughter had just watched me, man. Just from looking at me play it, and she figured it out, and then she just started playing it. I'm like, you're getting a guitar next year. So every time my dad comes over, and I know like she makes fun of herself all the time. She's like, you can't play this song in a guitar store, but she's got Stairway to Heaven down.
You can't play it on the guitar.
Yeah. That's voodoo. That's bad voodoo.
That's right, man. But when my dad comes over, he's like, "Can you play me that song, please?" She's like, "Okay." It's a ding, 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 ding. You know, oh man, so cool, so cool.
Dude, how proud of you were you when you guys made that video?
Oh man, just to hang out with my kids and watch their talents just kind of like flourish, man. It's so rewarding. It's just so cool. And then to be able to say like, these are my kids and we just put this out together. You know what I mean? Like, it's so neat, man. We play a lot of music together. My daughter and my son, the two oldest, are very musically inclined. So like my daughter plays the cello, she plays the piano, she plays the guitar. And then like if we're not playing a note right, her ear is so good. She's like, "Hey, something's wrong. I think your note's off.
Wow.
Tune it." And then my other son will be like, "Okay." He puts the tuner. He's like, "Oh yeah, it was way off." And then she's like, "Dad, you actually don't play it like this." She'll tell me straight up, "Dad, you actually don't play it like that. Let me show you. It's a little easier this way." So I'm all going up and down, right? And she's like, "Up this way." Like, okay.
Hey, that makes me proud.
Yeah, you would be proud of her, bro. And she's like, "You don't have to do all that, Dad. Just do it right here. Just go up and down this way." You know?
When you mentioned how when you were like, "Oh, she was just looking at me and she figured it out," I immediately thought in my head, "Oh, she must have just a naturally good ear."
Yeah, she really does, man. I mean, her cello playing. I used to go watch her in the competitions and stuff, and she'd do really well, man. And I'd sit there and cry, and she'd just be like playing that thing. So cool, man. And then my son too. Like one day he's just like, "You know what? I'm gonna teach myself Fior Elise." Right, that whole song. He just sat at the piano and taught himself how to play it just by listening to it. He didn't know how to read notes yet or anything. He just started playing it, then figuring everything out, and now he could just bust the thing out. You know, like, so those two like really help us in the band because they're like, "Okay, guys, we will take on the load and we'll teach everybody else," you know. So. Oh yeah, he plays the ocarina too because he loves The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, nice. That's
awesome.
awesome.
In my room. It's so cool, man.
Hey man, do your kids? Don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah.
But do your kids make fun of you with the crying thing?
All the time. All the time, man. Okay, I am the.
Wait, first of all, are you really that bad?
Yeah, I am, man. Dude, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So like when I'm pissed off, you know I'm pissed off. When I'm happy, you know I'm happy. When I am emotional, you know I'm emotional. And I can tap into that like so quickly that it's one of my strengths, but it's also one of my weaknesses, you know? Like I had somebody like almost hurt my kid one time and I was that close to like killing him. You know what I'm saying? Like it just comes, you know, and after I'm like ashamed, like what have I done? Like, you know what I mean?
Rotten, dude. You feel rotten, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But at the same time, I love hard too, man. Like if I love you, you know I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my it's funny because when I started dating my wife and her family, we'd go watch movies, man. And she doesn't cry. My wife does not cry. She's like a stone, okay, guys. Oh. So my kid's like, "Mom, why does Dad cry so much?" And she's always like, "Because he cries enough for the both of us." Okay.
That's awesome.
But like seriously, I will cry at the beginning of a movie. Like as soon as I see Lucasfilms in green, I freaking start crying, man. Like I'm like. Yeah, it's just I'm an emotional guy, man.
Are any of the kids like that?
Yeah. So my 5th child, Tony, he literally has my same body style. Like when you see him, body type, when you see him, it's me, man. He has the same personality as me. He's very like happy and joyous and fun, and he likes to be a bit bossy. It's me a little bit, right? And then he cries, man. So like we'll be reading scriptures as a family right at dinner, and he's like, "That was so beautiful." It's the best thing ever, man. He's so cute. Or like the other day we were watching Walking Dead because I'm showing my older kids Walking Dead, And we have this thing where we can kind of edit out the bad words and stuff.
Oh, awesome.
So, like, it's pretty cool, right? So all the sex scenes and the bad words are edited. So we've been going through it. And when you guys have seen the show?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Lori dies, Rick's wife, and then Carl has to shoot her, I'm going to get emotional right now, guys. I look over and Tony's just bawling, man. He's just like so hardcore, you know? So, I mean, he's just.
Yeah, but that was a tough scene. That's understandable, man.
Yeah. My wife's like this. Okay, I know, like, and some of my other kids are like, yeah.
They're just paying attention, yeah. Joey asks, what instrument is he?
What is it? Where?
What instrument is he? Your fifth, Tony. Does he play an instrument?
Tony sings. Tony's got the voice of the kids, man. That kid, his voice is angelic, man. Nice. So he sings. Right now we're practicing Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Nice.
And I'm probably gonna have him sing all the lyrics, and I'll be the backup voice.
You're gonna be posting that? You're gonna be posting?
Yeah, we'll post it, man.
So I can see more coming down the pipeline then.
Yeah. Oh man, we're trying to put out for right now at least one song a month on YouTube now, like we did. So we got another song, Love Song, almost done, and I got my son playing the violin. It's really cool. We're doing like our own version of it.
Oh, that's awesome. And
that's gonna be real fun. And then the next one that we've already started kind of working on is Sunday Bloody Sunday, which is such a good song, man. So, but yeah, so Tony sings. He sings, and that's the thing. I've got the voice, man. Like that's what I do, you know. He's just like me, man. Did I cry at the end of Endgame? I cried throughout Endgame about 50 times, bro. the first scene. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I made a video saying this is what I think's gonna happen in Endgame, and everything I thought was gonna happen happened.
Okay.
Nice.
So like I was already expecting certain things to happen, and as soon as I saw the scene of Hawkeye and his family, I started crying because I knew they were about to get dusted. I was like, "Oh no, it's gonna happen right now!" And I already started bawling, man. Freaking, there's Black Widow dying. I cried like a baby. Captain getting the shield. I screamed out loud and then started to cry. Yeah. I was seriously the whole movie. I was like
it's a roller coaster of emotions. Yeah.
I remember, and Kachung just talked about Empire Strikes Back. I seriously remember being like 5 years old because Return of the Jedi came out before I was born, but the year I was born. So it came out like 4 months before I was born in 83.
83, yeah.
And so I grew up watching Star Wars. My dad would show me, my mom, whatever. And actually my mom would. My dad doesn't like Star Wars. He's a Trekkie. And but like I remember being 5 years old and having my little sister who was 1 at the time. And that scene in Return of the Jedi where Vader's like, a sister. You have a sister. If you won't turn to the dark side, then maybe she will. I remember crying and be like, you're not going to touch my sister, man. Like at 5, like it emotionally got me. Like, don't you mess with his sister. You know, like just movies have always gotten me, man. I love movies because I'm taken on a roller coaster every movie I go to at the theater, man. It's
my God, it sounds tiring, dude. You must be.
No, dude, it's like I'll tell you what.
It makes you feel alive, you know. Yeah. You're like appreciating it on another level. Yeah.
I'm a crier too, not to nowhere near to your level, nowhere near. But I cry at stupid stuff too, and I always feel like after a cry, it's like I feel deflated. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, but it feels so good. It feels so good. I can't imagine crying all those times in one movie.
Oh, bro. I wish I should have, like, you know how Perry's doing his
reaction?
I wish I could have put a camera on me in that movie. I was screaming out loud, man, freaking people out in front of me. Like, I was like, oh, it's this. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I just was all over the place in that movie. And it was so good. It's my favorite movie I've ever seen, man. Like, it was just, I love Infinity Gauntlet. It's my favorite comic book story.
Yeah.
It's like the comic book story that I just absolutely love. And to finally see a version of that come out.
Amazing, right?
Oh my gosh, man.
It was amazing. Okay, we're an hour in and we just hit comic
Holy crap. We're an hour in. Dude, I thought we'd been here for like 10 minutes. I kid you not.
An hour and we just hit comic books.
Oh my gosh.
think
It
about
happens, man.
What do they think about it? What does your wife think? How did this all start?
You know what, man? Like, I have loved all things geek since I was little. I'm the only boy in the family. Like I said, I have 5 sisters, right? So like I was always the guy with G.I. Joes and with He-Man toys and Spider-Man and X-Men, you know? And then I grew up in those perfect years where the X-Men cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon, the Batman animated series, all that was like on TV all the time. And I was like waiting each week for the next episode, right? So like that was always in me. But then when we got married, I could not be spending money on comics. So I didn't touch a comic, like collect a comic book, pay for a comic book from the time I was like 18 to like 2014. I got back into it. And I just was dabbling a little bit then, you know? So like for a long time, my kids saw the love I had for it. We'd talk about it. We'd read the books I did have. We'd watch every movie. Like we used to dress up every Star Wars movie. Night, brother. Every Star Wars movie, man, that came out, we would go to the theater dressed up as a character.
Nice.
So I know Kachung would appreciate it, man. We've been on TV, the whole little crew, you know, like dressed up as Star Wars characters. My wife would sew everything, and she'd make the costumes, and I'd buy like, you know, like the little Anakin blade,
the rat tail, the little rat tail.
Great. Yeah, I mean, like we'd buy lightsabers and put makeup and do all kinds of stuff, man, and it was so much fun. I mean, so we were always doing stuff like that. I grew up showing my kids Dragon Ball Z. Like they have watched every episode of Dragon Ball Z several times, you know. So that was all cool. So there, that part of it, like that part of my love for it was always there. But in 2014, I think it was when A Man of Steel came out. Mm-hmm. I didn't like Superman because I always thought Goku would kick his butt, right? I just grew up. I grew up Dragon Ball, Batman, and then Marvel. I loved all things Marvel. Loved Batman from DC and Dragon Ball, and I was like, Goku will destroy you, Superman, you little pansy. Well, I love Superman now. He's like number 3 to me, man. But like, but after I saw that movie, that's what started changing me because I'm like, oh, you know, I got Superman books, comic books upstairs that we haven't read for a while. Let's go read them. So we started reading the Death of Superman story, and I didn't have all the issues. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go to a comic book store and find the next issue so we can read the next part of the story.
Well, so you shared it with your kids. So.
Yeah, man. We just started doing all that. Yeah. And then one thing led to another, and now I have all of this. So the kids love it. The kids, every day before they get on their phones or watch TV or whatever, we have a set of things they have to do. And got to clean the room, got to do their chores. They got to read their scriptures personally. They've got to read a book by themselves. They've got to work on a talent. And then they've got to, what else do we have them doing, babe?
Read a comic book.
And the whole reason I'm telling you. And then they have to read a comic book. Oh, wow. So all the time, like I'll read with the different ones. Oh, exercise too. They got to do something physical before. Because man, during this lockdown, you could spend all day on a video game.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't normally have these rules, but now that you just wake up and got nothing to do in the world, I'm like, we got to get you guys to do some constructive stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So, but now I have them each reading a different a different comic book. And so, like, I was reading Maximum Carnage with Tony, and he loved Maximum Carnage. He thought it was the coolest thing. Right now, Aaron's reading Batman New 52 by Snyder. He's nice, man. He just read when Joker put the other guy's face on him, you know, he's just like, oh, Dad, like that is so nasty, Dad. So I'm reading Thor, Jane Foster with my daughters. So everyone's kind of reading something different. They really enjoy it. I've gotten them in on the videos, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's fun, man.
They gotta love it, right? They gotta love it.
They do love it. They love being a part of it. Timmy started his own collection, so now he's got his own little short box. He's got a couple slabs, you know. Wow. So it's cool. It's really cool, man.
I don't want to bring this up, but I just gotta let you know the way I feel about it. You've told your origin story about that guy that took advantage of you.
Oh yeah,
dude, you don't know how pissed off I was when I was here.
Really?
God, it just pissed me into high heaven, dude. I've never forgotten that story.
Oh yeah, man.
But that just. God, I hate people taking advantage of other people.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten your story. I don't know if you want to repeat it real quick or if you.
Yeah, I can tell you, man. So when I started getting into comics, it'd been so long that I didn't realize about grades. I didn't realize about. I didn't even know CGC existed when I got back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a comic shop literally 2 minutes from my house.
God.
So I gravitated there, obviously, right?
Right.
So I'm over there. I start getting a pull list from him, new books to try to read, finding out like stuff I love, sharing it with the kids. He's got all kinds of old books. He's got Superman 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he's got tons of great stuff. So I start buying stuff from him a lot. And as I'm getting more into comic books, I start watching YouTube videos and realizing, well, wait, you need to look at the grades and you need to look at this stuff that I just didn't think about, you know?
Right.
So as I start learning more about comics and grades and everything that goes into that, I start like looking at the books I have and I'm like, you know? And so anyway, Star Wars, this was before I started getting into all that, but he calls me up and he's like, hey man, because I told him I love Star Wars. I love this. If you ever have anything, call me. I'll come get it. So he's like, I got a 10.0. And I didn't know what that was. He called me on the phone. I'm like, what's a 10.0? And obviously I'm thinking that's good, you know?
Right.
It's a 10, right? He's like, yeah, I got a 10.0. It's an amazing, amazing comic. And I'll hold it for you, man. Come and get it and stuff. And so I get in there. I'm like, what's a 10.0? He's like, it's flawless. It's flawless. You know, you're going to get this book. I'm going to hook you up because you buy so much from me. I'm going to give you the greatest deal. And I know one of these days you can turn around and sell this thing. So I'm like, oh, thanks, man. You know, really trusting this guy and stuff. And part of it, you know, it's my fault. I went in there spending a lot of money and I trusted a guy I shouldn't have. So a lot of lessons learned, right? But I didn't know the lessons back then. So I buy the comic book for $475. Star Wars #1, which is supposed to be a 10.0. About a year later, I send it to CGC, comes back as 6.5. And you know what? By that time, I knew it wasn't a 10.0. I got it on YouTube. I had already looked at it. I'm like, this thing's not going to be anywhere close. But I never pulled it out. I never examined it because I was so mad. I'm just like, I'm going to send this off to really see
what it is. Yeah.
Was. You know what I mean? And man, when that thing came back as 6.5, I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. You know, like he had sold me a Fantastic Four 45. He said it was a very fine near mint. And that one came back as 6.0. You know, like the dude was taking me for all my money. So I've gotten rid of every single book I ever bought from him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Except for 2 now. I have 2. And so, man. My wife, the first time she went in there, she's like, this guy is shady. Don't buy anything from him. She just felt it right away, and I didn't listen to her for about 6 months, and then I got burned. And so, yeah, it's my fault.
And you still go there or no?
No, man. So I went in there before that came back, before like, I don't even remember the timing because it's been so long. This is like 2016. But I was going to make a deal with him. I was going to open up an account with Diamond and start selling new books on his wall.
Really?
So he's like, you know what? Like, I can't go do Diamond stuff anymore. They won't let me have an account. I burned it out with them a while back. So do you want to maybe like put books up here? And I was like, yeah. So I own a business, right? This guy. So since I own a business, I'm very business minded when it comes to some, you know, business things.
Right.
And so I went in there. I was like, all right, let's write a contract. My dad's an attorney too. So I'm like, my dad will write this contract. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to have a separate, look at me going blank, a till. So when people buy my books, you don't have to like do all the paperwork. You just ring it up on mine and we're good to go. Right. And then I'll come in once a month and do an inventory. And as soon as I started going over all the stuff, he's like, no, I don't want to do any of that, man.
You have to make it legit. Like,
what are you talking about? You want to do any of that? He's like, no, man, like I'll just tell you what it is. And so I'm like, okay. And I haven't stepped foot in since that day, man. And then about a year after that is when I finally sent the book to CGC and started learning way more after that. And yeah.
How long have you been on
YouTube? 2 years now.
That's it?
I started January 15th, 2018. Yeah, so 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So,
hey, how happy are you that you guys came up with Comic Gories?
Oh man, oh my goodness, it it's so many people help that come to fruition, you know.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember right now. And I know if JP were here or Comic Books NYC, but we were on some show.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember what happened, but I'm like, you know what? I want to start my own game show. And I want to do it with like a timer. And then JP's like, well, do 30 seconds, man. No, JP said, you do a timer. And I'm like, okay, how about 30 seconds? And we have people go into their boxes. And then they're like, oh, man, that's way too little time, though, bro. I'm like, I know, but it'll make it crazy. And then they're like, cool. And then Javi's like, call it comic gories, man. Because I had already told him I want to do some kind of comic categories. So Javi coined the name Comic Gories. And then I'm like, let's do it. So they were on the first show and stuff. And it's just taken off, man. It is so much fun, man.
You can see the fun that you and John have every show.
It's amazing for sure.
Yeah, thank you guys.
How is it that you guys come up with the categories? Do you guys throw things at each other, or?
Yeah, so John and I will just like come up with lists. People in the community send us stuff all the time. And like usually like Magic Lasso, who was here earlier, I'm not sure if he's still here, but
big butt, right? Was that the big butts?
Yeah, man. He said, oh, such a bad episode. Man, we got so many comic gories from Magic Lasso, different people, but like I won't use them for a while so that just in case they know anybody in the community, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's funny because seeing people ask me, thank you, I appreciate it, man. On YouTube, that means to me, man. Where was I going? I totally went blank.
About the people giving you the suggestions.
Oh yeah. People will like that get on the show. They're in the background when we start. I put everyone on the little thread. They'll be like, "All right, now, so do we really get like the comic gories before?" I'm like, "No, like it's legit. Like you won't get them until we're live." And they're like, "Are you serious? I thought you like hooked everybody up so they could at least be prepared."
No,
no, because you've been on the show. You know, like no way.
You don't know how I prepare for that show. I started thinking, like the last time I was on and you guys threw out gold. When I saw gold on the list, I go, oh my God, I didn't think of that color. I didn't think of gold. I was like, okay, you know what? They haven't hit purple and you used purple in the last show. And I go, now they're using purple. I was ready for purple. Oh my God. I go, just, okay, what can this be? What cat? Oh my God, it drives me nuts.
The game show is so much fun, man. Like when I first envisioned it and we were like all coming up with it, we were like laughing, thinking about people like stumbling and grabbing books and, but it's really evolved into this whole community moment.
Yeah.
Like everybody that gets in the chat and they're like talking smack and
the chat. Man.
Yes,
and
man.
The people who send you, who send you categories, and then the people who post on Instagram, like, oh, these would have been my top.
Yes,
picks.
man. I mean, and that's how Comic Head 84, after one of the shows he was on, he's like, I'm going to do a Comic Gories Home Edition. And he started that, and now like people are doing it. And now we've incorporated into the show where there's a giveaway every single show for whoever.
Hey, bro, I was the first one to win that. I was the first one to win it.
I mean, and then Kachung right there, couple gories, man. Couple gories. John and I are like, we're going to start having exhibition matches. So it's not the normal show, but we're going to do wild and crazy stuff. And I told John, I'm going to throw a bunch of twists at the couples, man. But I can't tell you what they are so that you could just be ready to, be a naturally, what's the word I'm looking for?
Spontaneous?
React naturally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, man, we threw them at like, I don't know if you guys saw it, but we're like, okay, it's a black cover. And so they all look for the black covers. And now we're like, wait, there's a twist. You can only show the back side of the book. So people had like a total white, back side of the book. And they're like, how do I do a black cover with the back, but just stuff like that. I mean, I know for the contestants and you guys know it, it's like super like stressful, man. Oh, Raul, man, it's funny, but like, it's stressful. It's true, but it's so much fun on the side.
Hey, look, we got the reigning champion right here, Geek Aficionado.
Yeah, there he is.
Great.
Heck yeah, man. Stumbling, that happened. That's right. We've had 2 people injured, and Geek is one of them, man.
Who cares, Simon? You got injured?
Yeah, he sent us a picture of a big old like bruise scrape that he had from running and stuff, and And then Bear Island on one of the shows, he literally punctured himself with something because his boxes are downstairs. So that show, we gave him a little extra time to get upstairs. But he would run down the stairs, pick his book, then run back up. And he hit something, and it was just gushing blood during the show. And
oh, man. And you, Rick, you can't really stop, right?
yeah, you can't, man. You can't. So I don't know. But the cool thing is, John and I are going to do an exhibition match next Saturday.
Okay.
And it's going to be him and I think D-Runk and Bear Island are going to be on the show as well. So the four of us are going to compete against each other.
Nice.
And then we're going to have JP's Budget Collecting and Rob Wurst being our host and judge.
Nice.
So and what we're going to do is we're going to introduce this new way that we're going to count votes. I found a little like vote counter online.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be able to put like the link in the description, and then people can go there and they'll have a choice to vote one or the other.
Oh, sweet.
And so we're going to try it out during the exhibition match.
Nice.
So we can see if it works. And then we'll be able to put it up on the screen and have it live showing you like who's winning.
Oh, that is going to be cool.
I love it. It's like soccer where you have like the friendly matches.
Dude, I don't know how John does it. Honest to God. I don't want his job. Honest to God.
Right? And then check this out, man. I'll show you guys now. Like no one's seen this yet, but Daymares, love that guy so much, man. Daymares send me these because we're gonna have 2 other exhibition matches. Which, Hialeah, you'll be in one of them.
Oh,
it is check these out. These are gonna be the prizes. So you got this. Captain America kind of looks like an Oscar or something, you know?
Yeah, like the Golden Globes, yeah.
Yep, the Golden Globes, man. And then we got Spider-Man one.
Wow.
So we'll have the champion exhibition, and then we'll have the losers bracket.
Oh,
hey, so everyone's a winner.
That's right, baby. No, we've had guys on the show that have never even advanced once.
wow.
And they always talk about it, and they laugh about it, and they laugh about it on themselves. But they're like, I never even won one round, man. So we're going to get all those guys together.
Nice.
And then we're going to get all the comic gories that have never been used, even though they've been on shows, they've never been picked. And we're going to do that show.
Dude, I still kick myself. I went up against 84 twice, and I lost to him both times.
Have you won one? Because you might be on one of those shows, man.
I've won,
and I'm still pissed off about that because I couldn't find a book. I couldn't find a Doctor Strange book. I still remember, man. I hate that.
Dude. Oh shoot! And then we're gonna have the winners bracket. So in that one, we'll have guys that have won multiple shows. And so I think right now it's only you, Comic Head 84, Bake the Snake, and DS who have won multiple.
Bake and DS they're so good.
Yeah, man.
Bake and DS are scary.
And then I'm probably gonna like get etched in this like Comic Gories champ, you know.
Oh, that'll be so badass.
But Daymare said that to me. He's like, dude, these would be perfect to give away. And so I'm like, oh man, you're awesome. We'll do it.
Dude, that is awesome, Daymares. Everybody talks about it, man. Look, Dusty, I'd never win. I'm better off on the sidelines. It is stressful. It is freaking stressful.
You know what, man? We're gonna do something too in the future, as an exhibition, of course, where we will do like, all right, I need Daredevil fans. Bubs, that's right, Bubs Comics, dude. Yeah, see,
Bubs.
We'll do. We can add more now. We can add more people. I want to do like, hey, let's calling all the Daredevil fans that you have Daredevil books.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna do a Daredevil night. You know, so Dusty Brick Brown, you got a bunch of X-Men. We're doing an X-Men night, and you can just all you're allowed is one short box of your best X-Men books. Have them there, know what's in there, and then we will have comic gories that would fit the X-Men. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I like that idea.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that are like, dude, I can't get through all of my stuff, and it's downstairs, or I don't have that big of a collection. Well, it's cool. We'll start making it so that certain people can compete with just a short box.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, having more curated. Oh, this show, the possibilities are endless.
Javi, how many have you won?
Yeah, you've won a few, Javi.
I don't think I've won because we did the Halloween one.
That's right. And the Halloween one you went through, right?
Yeah, but I never won like an official
on the actual show. Okay,
yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Because you did win a few of those rounds. I know you beat me. I think you beat somebody else.
Yeah, that was fun. We were all in costumes
with the guitar. Remember how the guitar?
That's right. He did have the guitar, man. He was playing up the music.
Oh man, good times,
dude.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Halloween special again this year. We won't put so many people on though because that
was out of control.
Bro, you weren't expecting that, right? You was like 2
not.
hours in, and we only had you'd only gone through 4 people.
Yep.
You're like,
oh man, and I was burning up in that mask. Oh, it was a good time though. Big Will and DS did it with a short box. That's right. They did. And DS, man, all the stuff that dude's won. I thought he was gonna take Halloween because we went all out Halloween categories. You know what I'm saying? So, but
what was it that got him? The rainbow? What was it? The rainbow that got him?
Rainbow. Yeah, because we had to do it I did it 2 months later. I think. No, we did it a month later in the beginning of December. And I'm like, all right, let's switch it up because it's not Halloween anymore.
He was good though. He was damn good. Him and Bake's been amazing in that show. And Bake's collection, I don't think is that massive, but he knows what to pick out, and he's excellent at it.
Well, he'd just be grabbing stuff, right? He wouldn't even be moving. He's the one that started that,
Yeah, nonchalant. Yeah, it's right here. I got it right here.
When the show first started, we saw a lot of butt crack, man, and people running. People would run all the way back, be bending over, there we go, we got some crack in the show. Yeah. And now people are just all right, we're good to go. Here it is,
Yeah, Rob worse, man. He's probably he's just like a freaking octopus right
there.
Oh
my gosh, man, that dude's collection is so beautiful.
It is. Hey, we cannot end this without. Well, we're not ending it yet, but I have to hit the 12 Days of Christmas, man. 12 Days of Christmas. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is nuts. You and your wife putting that, I think the whole community is just waiting every night to see. And that's a special thing in the community, bro. I just got to give you guys kudos to that. That's amazing. I don't know. Do they turn in for the books or they turn in for you crying?
I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, those are some of my most precious moments that made YouTube and all the stress and all the hate and all the work that goes into it really worth it, man. I'll tell you a story really quick because I'm gonna say this not because I'm throwing out any shade at all. I love people. I get everyone has their opinion. A lot of people didn't like that show because they thought I was doing it the wrong reason.
I remember you talked about that.
And I get it, right? But I had somebody message me recently, and they're like, I'm not a fan of AOKs because I think people are doing them for the wrong reason. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I can see that. I've seen it happen where you think, but for me, I'm not going to judge people. It's not my place to do that. Let people be who they're going to be. Everyone grows and learns, right? But for me, the reason I did that is because I wanted to make special connections with people because I wanted to give a piece of my heart and my emotion back to people because I felt they gave that to me, So I think I did it for the right reason. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I always like to make sure that people are happy and feel loved. And I think I do it as a representative of God sometimes. And so I try to share the love of God. That's really what I do, So anyway, I love my friends. I gave back because I felt like they did stuff for me and I wanted to show that love for them. Well, the cool thing is, one of the shows after it was the McD show, and I really love. Hi, Leah, can you sing this song? That's right. We got to hear it.
You don't want to hear that. Look, my daughter. What's up, Maddie?
After the McD show, that was a really emotional one. I really love McD, man. He's one of my best friends in the community. We talk a lot, and him and I have had those conversations where we're both bawling and we're talking about life and the hardest things we've gone through and stuff, So we're really close. And so I wanted him just all the way out there and across the ocean to feel some love. It was a great show, a lot of emotion. And after the show, I get a message from someone in the community. And you may have heard this before, but this person's like, so I was going to end my life today. And I was done. It was over. And I got home and I saw your little notification pop up. And I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And then I watched that show, and it saved my life. And man, like after hearing that, I don't care what anybody else thinks about what I did, why I do. You know, that was that one life, that one person that I love very much, because we had a long conversation after that. That one person is worth it all, you know? And so, I mean, gosh, man, how humbling is it to know, like, I'm just trying to give gifts to my friends on YouTube and have something like that happen. You know what I'm saying? There's where the tears again.
Yeah, no,
I have chills, man.
It's okay, bro, because, you know, we give out AOKs too, and it's...
The wife handed me these.
AOKs are amazing, dude. And yeah, people could take it the wrong way. And you know what? Sometimes it might seem that way.
Yeah.
If you just made that connection for one person that they say, you know, I don't care if a million people, if one person, it just takes one person to, you know, to help that one person, it was worth it. And that makes it all the difference, man.
Oh, yeah. And man, and I'm telling you what, and that was one message out of probably like 25. Not exactly like that, but other messages where people were like, hey man, I'm getting a divorce and nobody knows, or hey man, this happened to me, and just a lot of private things that people would come to me and be like, because I watched your show, I feel like I need to talk to you now. I've made just from those shows, man, I've made friends with people that I'm still talking to this day, and we're having these private conversations and talking about things in life, and we've become friends. And man, I mean,
you're making a difference.
It's just it's awesome, man.
You're making a difference, man.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, man.
God, Matt, you got so many. I'm just sitting here talking to you, and I'm thinking, oh, what about this video? What about when this? Okay, dude. Oh, okay. The El Paso shooting, that was amazing. That took so much balls when you went live after that happened, the shootings, and you were live, and so many people were. You know, we've had that here with the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
Yeah.
And that it's devastating every time it happens. But when it's near you and you actually start knowing people, and it's like, dude, it takes it to a whole different level. And when you went live, I was like, honest to God, when you went live, I was like, I don't know if he should be live now.
Yeah.
I thought that to myself. I go, I don't know if he's in the right, because I know how I felt when it happened here. And I was like, I hope this goes well, but I don't know if you. I was worried about you because I didn't know if you should have been on.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And it went well, but it's.
You know, I had a brother-in-law that was there, heard the gunshots, jumped in a car, and flew away. I shop at that Walmart. It's across the freeway from where I work, so I go in there all the time. You know. Yeah. I'm away from my family. I was at because you guys know how I teach seminary for the little Bible study every morning in my house. So I was at a training for that, away from my family, and all of a sudden my aunt calls me because she was there. Wow. And she's freaking out like, Matt, help me, there's been a shooting. And so she's screaming. I'm like, oh my gosh. I run out of the training. Luckily my dad's there. I'm like, Dad, come here, your sister's on the phone, you know. So like I have all this coming at me. I want to just get home to my family, and then all of a sudden we see, oh man,
dude, it's crazy. It's the fear that happens when that happens. You just start thinking about so many thoughts in your head, bro.
You know, it's just I don't know how human beings can do that, man. That's the problem. Like,
I don't get it either, dude. I just don't get it. You know, I got. Like my wife, like we didn't know anybody from the school, but we knew one student at that school, but luckily he was okay. But my wife, after that, she does counseling at the schools, and she went to go to that to Marjorie Stoneman and counsel the kids and the teachers. And I was, you know, she would come home, and I was like, oh my God, you know, it's like what do you say after she's hearing it's.
Yeah,
it just changes everything, man. It's
man. I know.
I'm feeling like tingles, man. It's like, God.
This is why I do what I do, though, man. I'm like I said before, like every life I try to touch, I try to make better with me being in that life.
Yeah.
Whether it's across the camera here, wherever someone's watching from, or my friends in the city, or whoever. You know, I really want to make the world a better place. And man, it's devastating to see people become so brainwashed that they can think they have a right to harm another human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the crazy thing is, man, I don't care where you stand in politics, but we're seeing too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from all sides. People are always on their high horse being like, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. And it leads to just hating each other, man.
Yeah.
And then you have some crazy psycho that's like, man, I really hate Mexicans. And so I'm going to go to El Paso and shoot up a Walmart and hopefully kill a bunch of them, you know? And it just doesn't make sense to me, man. It just doesn't make sense. And so I think the only way we can stop that is by spreading love and make people love each other, no matter what race you are, no matter how you vote politically, no matter what the color of your skin is,
no matter what differences
right
between each other.
Just love each other, man.
It's hard enough, dude, with all the stuff that we have to go through. And don't make it harder, man.
Yeah. Oh man, I saw who that. I messaged him right away. We had a little connection that day, man. Much love, who that.
That's awesome, man. And you see,
thank you, Gore.
We don't even see that. You know?
Yeah.
I remember that, who that box.
You know, and my wife just said something true, is like all we see in the news, no matter where you're getting it from, is all the negative.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we see, man. And so for me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just not going to read the news anymore. I'm just not going to. I see my friends on Facebook posting some kind of reason why they hate this politician or another. I'm like, swipe, because I can't emotionally get invested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's a great point, dude. Why do people get into that back and forth?
You know,
they just get worked up, man. It's okay if somebody doesn't think like you. It's okay, man. You don't have to engage in that.
Yeah, it's true.
That drives me nuts.
It does drive me nuts too, because like I said, all it leads is to division.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, man, like, and that's what they've always said. It's taboo to talk religion or talk politics, right? You don't go to a family, Thanksgiving, or you don't go to a party and bring those things up, because you're emotionally charged and you really believe in what you believe in.
Yeah.
And I had some conversations, like one, for instance, Sam's Tangled Web. I love Sam. He's one of my 12 Days of Christmas guy, right? Yeah. We were on total opposite spectrums of politically, right? Mm-hmm. And so we've had some conversations where we're both like, no. But what I've come to realize is Sam loves people. Yeah. Sam thinks that his way of doing things politically is going to help people. I love people and think my way is going to help people. So we shouldn't be concentrating on our differences.
Our likes.
We should be concentrating on how we both love people and want to help people.
Yeah.
And come together and have some type of, give and take, and then make something work for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I've just recently, like within the last 2 weeks, started saying, I cannot read anymore. I hate this guy or hate that guy or this celebrity this or that celebrity that. I'm just going to start I love you, dude. I just can't. Can't. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. And like Gore said, I didn't know Gore was from Texas too. So I did know that. But the guy wanted to kill Mexicans, but he ended up killing Americans. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dude, it's Star Wars. You became the very thing you swore to fight against. Like, you just murdered fellow Americans, whether they're brown skin, white skin, black skin, whatever. You just killed Americans. You just killed innocent people that had, it's just,
that have dreams, that want to make their families better, that just want to live, man. You're left at 90.
90 and Joey.
I already took them. That fight's over, 90. That fight.
That's right. But I'll tell you what, man. Like, and Geek Aficionado mentioned a certain mystery box that I won't name. Yeah. I remember getting mine, man, and I thought I just want to destroy this thing. I want to tell the whole world how this is the worst mystery box I ever had. And then that's just not me, man. I'm just not the guy to throw out shade. I'm just not the guy to be negative. Is a
Just
crap
spend your energy on that. Yeah,
I just can't do it. Like I'm just gonna go on to the next one. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, to that accord, then people, what do you say to people? But you should let us know.
Honestly, with that video, instead of commenting because I was very frustrated and I didn't want to have to spend all that energy on it, like Javi says, I just showed the books that I got and let people know for themselves. That was it. I didn't show my face. I just stuck it right there, and here it is. This is what I got for $100. People could add it up, say, "Oh, that's $20 right there, man." Like you just got $20, Yeah, that's kind of what I do, man. Like,
yeah, that's the best way. Just make your own decision. I'm not here to change anybody's view or whatever. I mean, just you make the decision.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just love people, man. I just love people, and
there's so much good in the world to go out and explore. It's not like we have, you like your DBZ, you like your Batman, but there's you can go out and explore and find everything. You can use your time to find things that you like, and always trying to put people first. And
the only way you're going to find out if you like something else is if you learn from somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know. When I went to college, I got my minor in religious studies because I love religion. I love thinking about, there's like an epic moments, Constantine, and has the Nicene Creed, right? And you've got Martin Luther nailing the thesis to the church door. I mean, there's just so many moments. You got Buddha, and I mean, like, man, I started reading the Buddhist Bible while I was in college. And I'm sitting there like, this is the most profound thing ever. Like,
right.
It's literally everything I believe, just packaged in a different way. And it's Jesus, which of course Jesus is like the main thing I believe in. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading this, and there's one thing that Buddha said, like, hate is angry waves. Okay. And when two angry waves hit each other, boom, they explode and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so if you have hate exploding and just hitting each other, it's going to do is get bigger and bigger and bigger until it destroys everything around it. Right. Mm-hmm. But if you have love will be able to adjust to anything that's coming at it. So if you have this wave here, love will start moving with the wave until it creates a straight line. Right. And of this hate. So this hate's coming at you, and you can see somebody and you can get their point of view, and you can see why they're angry, and you just start to kind of understand them until you come to love each other. And then what happens? It's no more hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there reading this in the Buddhist Bible, and I'm like, this is so profound, man. I just love it,
You know what I'm impressed with you? That you're a Mormon, but you know about everything, all the other religions, and you're not just like, oh no, this is my religion, this is the only thing. You've learned all religions. That's impressive, because not everybody does that.
Yeah, man. I truly believe that knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And the more that you know, the more powerful you are. If I need to go get my car fixed and I have no idea how to fix a car, I've got to give my power and my money to somebody else to do it. And that person could totally be lying to me and totally be taking me for everything I'm worth. You know what I'm saying? Just like with my 10.0 Star Wars. I trusted that guy with that knowledge, and I got burned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's happened again.
But like everything that you can know, man, it just adds to who you are as a human being. And everybody, everywhere, there is light and goodness in all things.
Of course, man.
And so, like, man, I love learning from history. My goodness, history. I wanted to be a history professor. When I grew up, that's what I wanted to be,
Me too.
I mean, just to look back on our history and know it and see why people did what they did, and see the devil in the details, and how evil people did what they did, to trick others. And the more you know, the more you see, it's like a big light shining on everything. So all of a sudden something's presented to you and you're like, I see you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So,
Dude,
I agree.
we're almost at 2 hours. We're gonna be cutting it short. But first of all, you have another show, or Javi? What were you gonna ask him?
I was gonna ask you about your poetry and your writing,
Oh,
and
yeah, man.
yeah, if you want to talk about it as much as you want to,
I'd love to,
but,
man.
yeah. But that was really inspiring when you went on like with your YouTuber show, and you
Yeah.
were able to share some of your poetry on there. That really touched me, and it was really incredible.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had the ability to write. I mean, when I was a kid, man, like in elementary, I would score super high in all the writing stuff. I would. And one day, my friend called me up and he's like, I had a dream and I want to write a book. And I'm like, cool, man. Tell me about it. He's like, no, but I need your help. Let's write it together. So I was like, awesome. So we started creating our own world. We wrote a whole book. And when we finished the book, like it was just the feeling of writing a book and finishing it is just like you're on a mountain, like, wow, I did that. So I always heard from writers, after you write something, put it down for a little while, then come back to it and read it, because you'll be able to take the emotion out of it and then see it.
Yeah.
So we went back and read it, and I'm like, dang, this sucks. I was like, whoa, man, I mean, this is bad writing. The characters, the story, the plot. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot wait until it's out here in the world. It is so amazing and so different. There's so many cool stuff we came up with. It's a fantasy book, kind of like Lord of the Rings type of thing. But I was like, man, I need to do something about the way I write. So I decided to switch my major in college to creative writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went to college, I was like, I don't want to share any of these ideas, because we'd often have to bring in our writings and share them with the class. And I didn't want anyone stealing my stuff,
Right.
So I started doing a lot of poetry, and I fell in love with that, man. And like I told you guys, my emotions are very easy to tap into. When I was in high school, I was in theater too, like my son. And I used to just be able to cry on cue, like, just like it's there. So when I write and I sit here and I'll look at my wife and I'll just be like, just full of like this love for her. And I'll be like, all right, let me write this, and it just comes, man. It just comes. I look at my kids and I'm like, oh, I need to write this,
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, while I was in college, I was like, I need to start a new story so I can start turning this stuff in. And I started writing a story called Heroes and Villains.
Okay.
And it was my own comic book.
Nice.
So out of everything I've written, that is the most well-written, and I've had offers to have it published by local publishers, but I turned it down because I'm like, I want to shoot for the stars. I want to go a little bit bigger, And so I actually was just writing on it this week, and some of the stuff is just, you guys, like, I know as comic book fans, because that's what brought us together. When I finally show this community the stuff that I've written, the story that I have, like, you guys are gonna love it, man.
Wow.
So cool. But that story is about a little kid. The first book is called The Making of a Villain. And the series is called Heroes and Villains. And it's about this little kid named Crix Wolf. And he finds out he has the power to control electricity. And his mom is dying. And his dad has been dead for a long time. And you come and find out, he's got powers. He saves his mom, kind of like by becoming the defibrillator.
Yeah.
Shocking her back to life. But then she dies. He loses her. Has all these shocking things. But, oh, man, it's such a good story. And it's just every chapter, the way I've written it, it's like emotion for this kid. And then something big happens at the end of the chapter. And then just emotion, and then something huge happens. It's page turner for sure. But I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I'm trying to finish it up. Going to try to publish that. I've written a lot of kids' books too. I've written books for my kids.
Dude, how the hell you got time for all this, bro?
Let me see. Do I have one?
What a total waste of my life. Of a life. It's a total waste, bro.
Oh my gosh. No, man. I was in school to do it. And so, hey, let's write a kids book for this kids publishing class. So I just started writing books for my kids, and like, I mean, I don't know. And I haven't sent anything in to be published. So I have a finished book that's like a 5-book series. I've got kids books, I've got poetry, and then I've got this other book I'm working on. And I'm getting pretty close to where I want to share it with the world, man.
Yeah. Give yourself some time. You still have so much life ahead of you. Just like
I hope so, man, because
you are a rock star for sure, in the definition of the word, for sure.
Thank you, man. I think I'm humbled by you saying that, man. But I'll tell you this, like, I personally believe with all of my soul that God blesses everyone, man, and He's definitely blessed me, and I appreciate every second I get to breathe. Like every day I wake up and every night I'm like, thank you, man.
I'm with you on that one. I totally understand where you're coming from. I feel the same way.
Yeah, that's why it's taking me so long, could you?
God, you would think
Jackson really good.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to block 90.
Hey, no negativity.
I'm gonna be negative with him. He's gonna get blocked soon.
He's gonna get a timeout.
Dude, all right, hey, we're almost at 2 hours. This is definitely, I think, the longest we've ever gone.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good, man.
No, we're sorry. I hope you don't have anything to do right now.
Oh, man, because it's only like what, 7 o'clock there, or it's like 8 o'clock?
No, it's 8:50.
Yeah,
8:50 right now.
I just want to thank you. We barely got into comics.
I know.
We didn't even bring up 9.8 white pages. How that all started. But I think
my wife got in a fight over that this week.
Okay, what?
The wife and I got in a fight over 9.8 white pages.
Why? Okay,
you need to stop being a snob and just wanting the best of everything. You know, and I'm like, but that's what I like to collect. Like, everyone has their thing, you know, like some people collect pre-code horror, some people collect keys, some people collect Daredevil. I like 9.8. She's like, it makes you look like a snob.
Dude, it does. You know what? When I hear you with the 9.8, and everybody already knows it, right? Everybody in the community, 9.8 white pages is Matt. I don't see it that way. You know how I see it, dude? I see it like, dude, God bless you that you can do that. You know, God bless you, bro. And that's how I see it. God bless you, dude. 9.8 white pages is not where I'm at, unless I could help it, unless I could do it.
Right.
But my standards are a lot lower, man. But God bless you, man.
I'm on some Facebook groups of people that just kind of share books, and I really love my collection. It is, I'm blessed, man.
You are.
Yeah. But I'll get on there and people make me like, I'm like, dang, that one book is as much as my entire collection. Like, there's some guys, man, showing, you know, Batman 1 and Action Comics 1, and you just
There's always a bigger boy on the block, bro. Always.
That's why you just gotta love what you have. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you this, and I've said it 1,000 times, and I will say it again. If somebody shows me a 9.2 of this book and they love it, I'm gonna be just as happy for them. They're 9.2 off white pages. Like, dude, I am so stoked for you. You know what I mean? And I truly mean it with all my heart.
Yeah.
That's their collection. And it makes them happy. And so I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And my thing is, it's just what I liked, what I decided to focus on. That's all it is. You know?
That's all it is. And you're able to do it. You know what? That's funny you brought that up, because I go, man, Matt, whenever I show a 6.0, because that's like my sweet spot, he must think this book is trash.
No, not even, dude. Not even. If I was that kind of human being, I'd suck, man.
No, dude, I'm just messing with you. I know. But, you know, oh my God, look at this 6.0 cream to white paint, to off white. Oh my God.
I know.
You just unsubbed me. I lost a sub.
No, I'm done with this guy. It's not a 9.8. No, dude, my Hulk, my old books are like, my moderns are 9.8s, okay?
Of course.
You can't collect the old stuff 9.8 unless you're a billionaire. That's just all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? And some of them don't even exist.
Right.
So it's, man, I wish I could have a GSX 1 and a 9.8.
Who does it?
I saw somebody selling a 9.8 X-Men 1.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't even knew that existed. And oh man, it's like, wow.
I can't even.
Yeah, but that's more than my house times like 10.
Okay. Well, easily. But you know what I think about when I see that book? It's like, how did that survive to be an
history? Yeah.
Yes.
That's
what hands did it go through? Who took care of it? You know, like history again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about
what I think about.
Yeah, man. It's just what story? Like, what little kid was reading this? Had it folded in his back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a 9/8, but
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I think about, man, because it just boggles my mind that some of these books survive. Because I don't think bags and boards were until the 70s. So how did they survive?
I know
all that other time.
I know, man. I know.
It's just nuts.
Speaking of that, just so y'all know, I'm not telling everybody this, but this is for a giveaway, okay?
Oh my God, I didn't even hit that topic. You're doing the countdown.
I changed my giveaway approach.
Okay.
Where I don't tell the whole world about it. I just let the people that watch my videos, there's secret messages in there, you know? Mm-hmm. So if you haven't watched all my 10 of my top 100 9/8s, go watch them and find the secret messages, okay? I gave my last giveaway went to, or one before last, went to three people that I have never seen again since that day. You know, and I was so like, I was hoping that guys in the chat, you know, members that I knew would win.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at my friends that watch my stuff, you know, and 3 strangers came, won it, and then disappeared, you know. And I'm just like, no. So after that, I'm like, that's it. I'm just gonna give back. It's not gonna be to get bigger. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be to grow subs. I don't care. Like, my content should do that on its own.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna give away to people that actually like. I love it, and I don't know who these people are, mm-hmm. but I will post a video, and always within like 2 minutes, I'll have at least 20 views. Mm-hmm. So somebody's gotten the ringer on, mm-hmm. and as soon as my videos pop, they're watching it, you know, and I'm just like, whoever that is, I hope you win the book.
Yeah.
I hope this goes to you because I just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of those people don't comment; they just watch.
Yep, they just watch it, man. And so, look, it's my mom; she wins. Thanks, Mom. And you know what? My kids don't even like have me on the bell. You know, I'll be like, "Hey, could you guys watch my video for me?" They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll put it on the big screen, Dad. We'll watch it." So a couple days later, my kids will put it on, give it a like. You know, so it's somebody in the community, and I just appreciate it. And so, like, this book right now is on fire, man.
It is on fire.
It's going up, and
it's a great character, man.
Oh, he is. He's so good, man.
That book is on fire. I didn't even know that. I think Thoro had it on one of his spec videos, and I looked it up, and I go, "My God, I never knew that."
Yep.
That book is fire.
And I had this one. I got this one on eBay, and I told the guy I'm giving it as a giveaway.
Oh, nice.
He had it as a huge price, but I told him I'm a YouTuber. I'll shout you out when I give it away. Can you go at this price? And he's like, "Heck yeah, I'll do that for you, man." So even a guy on eBay was willing to hook up. You know,
the community. Yeah.
That is great.
Gave me like $300 off of it. Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Great.
I know, right? Hey, dude, like whoever gets this, like immediately will have a $600 book. You know what I mean? For free. Like it makes me happy, man. It makes me happy.
Wow. And you still got a ways to go, right?
Yeah, I have in front of me here. I just made the video for 60 through 51.
50, right?
So I still have 60 to go to show. So that one's made. And
100 plus 9.8.
Crazy,
bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A couple people like said, "Dude, you should show all your 9/8." And then Kenny had tagged me for the top 50 books in your collection. Right. And for a while, I was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that because I don't want to come off of like this jerk. Like I do not like to portray myself that way. You know what I mean? Or to, you know, I don't know. But after a while, like I was like, you know what? It'd be fun just to share it. You know?
I know what you mean. When you put out a video, you think, how is this going to come across? How's it going to I know.
I just don't want. I don't want to. I just, you know me. I've said it all night. I just love to make people feel happy, man. Right. And I don't want to. I don't ever want to come off as that guy. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And if I do to some people, well, I do, but at least it's not here, you know, like it's not here, you know, if I had all 9.2s right now, I'd be showing my top 9.2s, you know? So.
All right, guys, we are at 2 hours. Man.
Wait, we have another story. No, I'm just kidding.
Real quick, dude, guys, thank you so much, man. A lot of you have been here since the beginning. Way back at 7. Everybody that watched tonight. Javi, you got anything going on real quick?
Just check us out, Silver Age Sunday, every Sunday, 12 o'clock, noontime EST. That's where we'll be hanging out, showing off some books, and just talking with the guys.
Nice. And Matt, what do you got going? I know Monday you got a Comic-Gories. What else you got going on?
Yeah, so Friday the new top 100 will come out, and then Monday we got Comic-Gories going down with Jimmy. He's here. He's our new champ. And then next Friday it'll be the exhibition. Oh no, next Saturday it'll be the exhibition with John and I and the guys. So that's pretty much it for right now, man. I'm just trying to get those 9/8s out and maybe a couple haul videos. I got like 40 books I need to send to CGC.
Wow, sweet.
And so I think I'm gonna do like a little preview, like this is what I think the grade is gonna be, 9/8, and then I'll send them off.
Good luck with those. Good luck with that.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Hey, man, great show, great guests. We'll be back next week at 9. We already got the next few guests lined up, and I'll be reaching out to some more members of the community soon. Matt, thank you so much, man. This is
you guys.
Dude, we barely talk comics.
I know.
I think this might be one of the shows with the least amount of comic talk. Incredible.
Thanks, Jackson Roy Kirk. Thank you, man. I mean, I'm humbled to be on. It was a blast, and we need to do this again so we could I just love being able to talk, So
yeah.
Thank you so much.
We need to do more music talk for sure.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna play you guys a song tonight. So. I'm just teasing.
All right, guys, thank you, everybody on the replay. Thank you so much for coming by. So long from the Sunshine State, and take care, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Night.